Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Angel. For personal readings, donations, you can see the links below. Yep, death. First card that came out, crossing strength. Sounds to me like a lot of burnout. To keep going or not. In your future, you still have the sun reversed, so it's like things still are not clear in the near future, which you can probably sense that might be bothering you a bit. Hangman beneath you. Maybe you've been spending too long kind of putting everyone else's needs first, except your own. Nine of Cups in your past, reversed. Someone used that against you. It's really odd, because like the very thing that you're not doing is what they're going to accuse you of, of being someone who's financially irresponsible, spending it all on partying and drinking, and being self-centered. But actually, it's the opposite. It's like you don't have time for any of that because you're too busy taking care of everyone. We still have Seven of Swords as the outcome. Okay. I'm thinking that if you guys want a change, you're probably going to have to initiate it in a different way. Yeah. Like, I mean, if you're sneaky about it, I know it sounds wrong, but Seven of Swords reverse, whatever you're hoping to do, you might need to like do it, God, I don't know. How do you say, like, be be sneaky, but it's not like it's for the wrong reason. It's just you're gonna have to actually. I know you hear people a lot say, don't let people know your plans or your dreams or your seeds you're sowing because they'll ruin it. But this is a lot more concrete than that. Like, this is very physical, tangible, where you cannot reveal your hand, or someone's going to literally sabotage it with the Devil reverse right there. And then the Eight of Swords right here on either side of the Four of Wands. First, it looks like someone's trying to break free from a very, very toxic family or partnership situation. Because if you're aiming for a Four of Wands reversed, it's like, it's, you're trapped. Think of like a fraudulent marriage, or like, it's like getting an annulment over a fraudulent marriage is so hard to do, but it shouldn't be, because so many people lie to get married. So many homosexuals do it. So many abusive men do it. And, they present something and then they, just, yeah. This looks like a case of like toxic codependency. It's just with the Death card reversed there, I don't feel it's that you're avoiding change. I feel like that's been put on you like a label for so long because you couldn't break free, that by the time you're able to break free, you may not have the stamina to keep going. It's almost like you've worked so hard to get to the finish line, and you can see the finish line and you're so close, and then the fog rolls in and you're like, oh, where'd it go? And you feel like no matter what you do, it's like there's just more fog. Especially with the sun reverse in the near future. And there's, sometimes you can work up that strength to keep moving, but then you have those days where you just don't have any strength left, and it is just a back and forth. This is what you don't see coming, is the Seven of Coins. Timing is definitely on the off, as you have all those symbols there. My mind just feels like really off doing this reading. I was completely fine before I started, I swear. We're just having a lot of fun laughing, talking all kinds of things in there. Okay, that makes so much. Okay, what you don't see coming, Seven of Coins. So it's like the finances you need with the timing and the efforts, like hitting your target, it's all off. And somebody wants that to happen because they want to be able to be that, hey, look what I've got. I've got something you need, something you want. Someone wants to be able to be the solution to the problem. And in your hopes and fears, you have the Five of Coins reversed. Huh. That's strange. Hopes and fears. But it's reversed. So it's almost like maybe you actually do have a fear somewhere deep down that this person won't let you go. Like you're wanting them to throw you out, or you're wanting them to cut you off or something, because maybe that's the karmic cycle you're having to learn. Like, so long as like they're helping in some way, it's like it karmically ties you to them. And so you're trying to tell them no, and somehow they're using like money to control you. And that is a cord that you need to cut, because it's almost like even if you don't need them, if they do anything at all to help you, it's like it perpetuates something. It's like to siphon you. But the Seven of Swords is the outcome. You're going to have to find a way to get away without them knowing. Because that Devil card reversed with the Eight of Swords here, that sounds to me like a dirty, filthy, nasty contract to keep you in prison, to keep you hidden, to keep you locked away. And I know that sometimes us tarot readers sound dramatic, but I'm pretty sure that we're onto something when it comes to the collective, like, light workers around the globe that are being strategically snuffed out by being tied to a demon, being tied to a demonic, dark person entity thing that keeps you so bogged down. So they feed on you, and you're too weak to escape, and you're too weak to shine your light. So you're too weak to help shift the earth back into the balance it needs, so there's not so much darkness and suffering. Because that's what we came here to do, to restore balance. And this person, their contract is to keep you bound. And so you can't even tell them anything. I mean, I know I've heard this message in other places. Like, I don't feel like that's a very unique message. So I don't know why that's coming out. Maybe it's because, like I said, there's so many of us going through that right now. Of course, when we have that full moon in Scorpio coming up, it would be a good time to plan a cord cutting or something. Like, as the moon wanes, and you can plan it like right after the full moon or something. The waterfall reverse. Look at that, the water and then the fire. Like, this is such clashing energies. They do not go together. I mean, that's almost like oil and water. Like, it's just not, it's not going to work. And when the waterfall is reversed, that's such a dispersion of energy. Like, it's like energy's not going where you need it to go. What are you doing, Sam? It's good that we have the karmic trend reversed, because that means you're like not going to keep repeating the same cycle. Like you already know you're not, but you know time is running out, because it's almost like if you were to not take this window, this opportunity, maybe that's why this is coming out in this reading, that when you see the opportunity, you need to take it. You need to strike. Separating from a king of forces reversed. That is someone who is very selfish. Well, not upright, but when it's reversed, it's a self-absorbed, um, depressed, moody, erratic, angry person. And they could have a job that has to do with like minerals, like oil and gas. And let me think, what are some of the other jobs the King of Forces is? I know it's a lot with that stuff. It might have to do with conservation and things too. Um, balance, something so out of balance. So you don't, what's so weird is that everything in this, spread is like saying like there's that fog that you can't really spot the time. I think what it is it's just kind of how, how you're provided for when it's time. You can't always see when until it is time. I think you've got to literally keep your eyes peeled so that you know exactly when to dart. And even the lookout here, like this is dispersed energy. This is like where your aura and everything else just scattered. Like you need to get grounded, because you might literally be, if you have a lot of fight or flight in you right now, or if you have a lot of anxiety or a lot of adrenaline, you are feeding someone probably if you're not careful. Like stop sometimes and ask yourself, are you just pouring energy out? Are you just like a waterfall gushing? Like are you gushing, overflowing negative energy, like fear, stress, because if you are, like, that is them feeding on you. You've got to catch yourself when you do that, because like you're wasting your energy and you're destroying your nervous system, and you'll be too weak to save yourself. And then we have the lookout right here. So this thing is burning, like for real. This stuff in your life is on fire. Whatever this person did, bad, bad, bad. So if you can keep a lookout, you might be able to spot a safe exit. And right here, we have the garden, and it's reversed. So this has a lot to do with being like childlike, innocent, maybe having new children, or having, relationship issues with your kid. With it being reversed, it sounds to me like the children are not a reason to stay with someone that's bad. And even if you have children, you have to do what's best for all of you, yes. But don't use that as an excuse, because I think you won't. I think with it reversed, it's almost like that energy's past its expiration date. Like, you already know that. Like your kids may be getting older, and you may not. This card is kind of like not having more kids. Then we have the treasure. Got this one recently too, where everything is looted, but there is that one treasure chest back there with the light, just that gold shining out, and he can't see it. So I think this is kind of a warning that don't let you know what? This is what I think the garden reverse is. It's like guilt and shame of maybe what you feel like you've put your kids through, or what you feel like you might have put yourself through, in regards to either children or having a childlike innocence about you through the situation, like any gullible naivety. And you've got to let that go, because if you hold on to too much guilt and shame, you're not even going to see the opportunity to escape, even if it's in front of you, because you'd be too busy mourning, like too busy grieving over what's said and done. Oh, let's see. Oh, we've got that. So interesting. Look at that. Let's see. Yeah, it is like the Fehu like rune. It looks so similar to that on the five of Pentacles, except it's like reversed. No, it is okay. It is up right there. Yeah. Wealth, abundance, prosperity, beginnings, new beginnings. I think you probably do have something really, really good. It is so right there. You know it. You can't see it, but you know it probably because you have to create it. It has to come from within. It's not exterior circumstances that do this. It is literally you're birthing that from within. I had gotten this at the beginning, and then use I am statements to self-reflect. Let's see. Are you spinning? Or are you learning your lesson? That's something I remember reading in the Gita is like, are we vacillating? Like, are we, spinning back and forth? Are we letting our circumstances get the better of us to the point where we're not really centered with our connection to our creator? Evil needs you busy, exhausted, overwhelmed, bogged down. Just say no, set boundaries, and accept you're worth much more. I am not broken. I am breaking out of the exoskeleton shell built with lies and self-imposed limitations. God knows a lot lately. There is this, especially with the Aries energy and everything this year, it's like there's that energy of being wound up and sat down like a spinning top, and you just wind down. And then it starts all over again. Papa don't preach and mama don't play. No time to waste the day. I think that you're probably going to be speeding up for sure. Replace fear with curiosity and courage. Replace anxiety with excitement and motivation. Now, we had gotten that for Virgo recently. Help, I can't escape. He won't let me go. That's so sad. Stay curious. Say no to fear. Maybe those are the two options that you have. Is like, you may feel like a victim sometimes, like someone will let you go. And I mean, I've been there psychically and physically. And then maybe like if you can flip the script, not to be delusional, but if you can shift the way you think to being curious, inquisitive. People I've seen that have the most joy in life, they're not too serious all the time. They're so inquisitive, and they're not usually like that from not suffering. Like my grandfather was that way, and he always was the one who brought me the desire to learn and have so much knowledge. He always had scientific magazines and books, and he could name like every bird and every tree and every car, and he was so fun to be around because he had this constant childlike curiosity about him. But I mean, he lost two of his children. One as a baby. It took a long time for that one to pass away. A couple of years before it finally passed away. And then my uncle was murdered. And so, like, my grandfather, he went through the Great Depression, and he starved as a kid because his dad killed his mom's lover. Long story. Lots of drama. Dirty South, But the thing is that, like, after all the suffering he went through, he learned not to sweat the small stuff, and he learned how to be curious, and he learned how to love life. How do you love life after going through all that? I don't know, but he like learned how to value every little thing, and he always had such a sweet smile and a humility about him. And I guess when you fall hard enough, you do transform, you do become born again, you do become the phoenix. And so if you're going through a lot of suffering, truly, you can like almost activate that childlike curiosity and wonder. And there's so much to be, in awe over in this magical earth we have. Okay, let's see. I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and my ideas. Opening my mind, yeah. Taking care of myself is a radical act of self-love. I claim my desires. I hold great visions. I am ready to receive. Let's see. I might pull one of these. I think that's two. Okay, we have the inner temple and pillar of light. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yeah, that's the gateway right there. That is the treasure. It's in your heart. If you can shift your vibration, everything around you can and will change. It's like when you get into a different vibration, certain people, places, things can't even stay. And I don't like it when some people, as a matter of fact, I despise it when people say things out of context. Like I had heard someone recently say, like, as within, so without, which is what I've said, as within, so without, versus as above, so below, because we're multidimensional. But they described it all kinds of wrong. They were like, oh, if people out in the world are bad to you, it's because of that's what your inner self is. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. I just like, just test it. Like the scientific side of me, I guess, from my grandfather, right? I got a lot of STEM people in my family. Test the theory out. It's full of shit. Okay. So how many days did I go out completely depressed, so broken, so done, where I have no hope left? Because you ever notice that sometimes you get like, do you ever feel, and I started writing these affirmations down of what ifs to shift my perspective. Like, what if it's okay to feel joy? What if it's okay to have peace? What if I won't be punished for it? Because some of us literally have gone through so much in our life where you get punished. Like, people want to strike you down the moment they see that you're happy. And if it isn't people, it's just powers, principalities, forces you can't see that will literally trip your ass up every time you're happy. But I have gone out and been the most depressed, done, blah. And then spirit and the world around me reflects everything good. Like such kind people and such sweet strangers bump into me, and people light my life up so much that by the time I go home, I'm beaming from ear to ear. And then there's other times that I'm like positive and I am in the vibe and I am vibrating high frequency. I feel great. I go out and everyone is as mean as an old spinster with hemorrhoids. Okay? So no, that is complete bullshit. The world does not reflect yourself back to you. It's oftentimes the opposite, because we do need some form of balance. And you always have forces that have the tendency to want to counteract a balance, you know? So you can't let your outer world dictate what you feel within. But when it does something good, that's amazing. But if it reflects bad, you don't judge yourself and go, oh, I must be low vibrational. No, it's like it's trying to like balance itself off of you. It's like just, so I'm sorry. There's so much bad advice out there. There's so much toxic positive shit out there that teaches people wrong stuff. And they have no common sense. They have no idea how to even, do a scientific method or hypothesis or test anything, whatever. So there's my rant. Because as much as I love spiritual woo-woo stuff, I also approach things from a very scientific mind. If you really look at my podcast on my other small channel that just will never be seen, I go over some pretty crazy stuff, but I always approach it from this kind of rational sense. So I'm not just off the chain crazy. People think I am, but I think you're crazy if you can believe the stuff that other people do, like Jonah and a whale and belly of a whale for 3 days, or, that our government isn't evil to the core and all this stuff. Like, I think they're crazy, so that's fine. Anyway, okay, I guess I should wrap things up, but I definitely think that if you do change your vibration, like when I was saying how things can't stay around you, it's like, even though if you go out in the world and things are always like different than your energy, your actual like field around you has a tendency to almost shift into like parallel worlds where the people who were so harmful to you, that were creating karmic cords to you, it's almost like you just can't exist on the same plane. So, that may sound counter to what I said earlier, but it really isn't. You just have to test it and see what I'm saying. It's almost like, if you're in an airplane, you're not going to have to worry about the cars driving on the road beneath you. It's like you might see them and they might affect you a little bit. Actually, they won't. But, you're more likely to affect them because they're going to look up and see you. I don't know. I'm rambling. um, I'll just wrap it up now. I'll talk to you guys next time.